Speaking of Pentucket Tech, where did we even leave off from last time? Well, we kind of talked a little bit about sort of what happened right after episode 10. We talked about Clue, we talked about Newsies, and now we're sort of at the point where there was a big fire. It wasn't that big, but still, there was a fire that caused a lot of damage in the auditorium, and now we're sort of on the recovery arc almost. So we kind of talked about what happened. Basically, as soon as the fire happened, the entire production cycle was completely left in shambles when you think about it. There was Mary Poppins, which was lined up. That had to be postponed because obviously we can't use a big auditorium and, with people flying all over the place.
Right, yeah.
Can't really replicate that in the black box theater. So they had to postpone it, which at the time was, it was the most logical option to say the least. They made it work. That being said, it definitely threw a wrench in what people's ideas were. So instead of doing Mary Poppins for the spring musical, I guess, Pentucket put on 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Oh, it was very impressive.
Yeah.
With the little time that the actors had with learning the lines, learning the music, and that the crew had to just throw together a set like that, it looked amazing.
I was going to say, I came back from, I think it was Easter break or something. No, it was before Easter, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Holy Cross, you have a weird...
We do. We have a weird
one.
Easter break. Yeah, it's kind of on the shorter side, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even remember. I don't know. It's been too long. But the point is, I think I came up specifically for the show.
Yeah, I
think I
do
came
remember
up
that,
for the show. It was worth it. It was a great show. You guys put on some fun stuff. You guys did some all kinds of great stuff with the technical aspect of it. You guys did all kinds of cool, sound and lighting things. And I remember hearing a little bit about that when it was in the pipeline, sort of getting put together before the show weekend. That was pretty cool. I remember you guys did some really cool things with the mixer for the sound. You guys did some sort of audio effects stuff using Apple Mainstage or something.
Yeah, so we use Mainstage. The way we did it was we set up QLab to change around to change to another scene in Mainstage where we just had effects on some of the microphones.
Yeah.
So in one of the scenes where it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be, is it Jesus talking to one of the...
I really
think
don't
it is.
know, actually.
I think that could be so wrong. But it's Miss Peretti, please spell syzygy. And
okay,
it's
I don't know if that's Jesus that's saying
I don't think
that.
that's Jesus.
No.
There's another one.
I get what you mean, though. Sort of
mean?
a god-like sound effect, sort of like a flashback kind of thing.
I remember calling it the Jesus mic, though. That's what it was. That's what it was named. That's what the whole thing was. He wasn't actually telling Miss Peretti to spell syzygy. It was someone else, but...
Correct.
Oh, it's because it was slow-mo. There was slow-mo effects. It was supposed to be a really deep voice, and then they just talked really slow.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that was just insane reverb, and it just sounded like you were in a cave. Yeah. So that was for some of that stuff. So it's supposed to sound like someone is talking down, and they're super, loud and big and very reverb.
That's got to be kind of fun with the black box, where all the speakers, typically in an auditorium, you have them pointing towards the audience. You kind of have that with the black box, but they're pointing down instead of straight out, basically.
So we also had two of the speakers. I don't know what you would call those speakers.
On the sides?
Yeah, we had two side
speakers.
I
didn't even know about that.
And then we had monitors, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
For the music for the actors.
Gotcha.
And then we also used the sound system in the black box.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was really creative because we were able to move around where the audio was coming from. So for those scenes, we stopped using the monitors and the two stage speakers, and it was just coming down from the top.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, you guys did some really cool stuff. I remember after the show, Mr. Ruby was showing me around, sort of giving me a mini tour, that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun. It was cool to kind of see everything. But that was also the first time that I saw Pentucket after the fire, because I basically didn't go into that building for 4 months or something because I was just busy. But it was the first time I saw the auditorium sort of in shambles. It had the air recirculator thing running. It was a whole thing. It was a lot of stuff. It was really, really cool, though, to see what you guys put together in the short amount of time. You guys did not have a lot of time.
No, there really wasn't. I can't remember what the time frame was, but like I said, it was very. Extremely impressed with the actors, because for us, like, it was just, like, a lot of this. Some of the stuff is already built, some of it's not. Like, it was just a lot of painting,
Yeah.
a lot of weekend work.
Oh yeah.
But for the actors, the amount of time it takes to memorize some stuff is just ridiculous.
I was gonna say that was basically they had to purge an entire show that they just learned, Mary Poppins.
Exactly.
Purge everything from their minds about that in their at the time temporarily.
Yeah.
Thinking that they'd do it again at some point. They had to get rid of that and then learn a completely different show, which turned out really, really well. It was great how it turned out.
It was amazing, yeah.
It was just a lot of stuff for them to do. But they pulled it off. It was a really, really fun show.
Yeah.
Super entertaining from the audience.